Right now, beneath your yard, the soil holds enough trapped summer heat to warm your entire home through the coldest winter. All you need is a way to keep it from escaping. No furnace, no gas line, and no utility bill. In 1979, a Montana engineer figured out how, with a system so simple, it cost less than $500 in materials. And Europe builds these systems openly. Yet despite decades of proof, America buried them under code restrictions and industry lobbying. By the end of this video, you will know exactly why this technology was erased and exactly how you can build it yourself. Hi, I'm Greg, and welcome to Building Grounds. Subscribe and hit the bell for more uncovering building secrets they never taught you. There's a home in western Montana that has never had a furnace installed. Winter temperatures plunge well below zero. Snow buries the landscape for months. Yet the people inside live comfortably between 66 and 68 degrees through every winter. No gas meter and no ductwork. The house simply stays warm because the cold cannot reach it. The man who built it was named John Haight. In 1981, he founded the Rocky Mountain Research Center to recover a principle that every advanced ancient civilization already knew. Humans figured this out thousands of years ago on 4 continents independently. In central Iran, engineers built structures called yakhchal more than 2,400 years ago. Precision-engineered cooling chambers with domed roofs 60 feet high and walls 6 feet thick connected to underground tunnel networks called qanats, stretching miles into distant mountains. They stored ice through summers exceeding 115 degrees. That is not magic. That is engineering so advanced we still struggle to replicate it. In Korea, the Ondol system dates back 3,000 years. Underfloor thermal channels maintained living spaces between 64 and 72 degrees through brutal winters. In the American Southwest, native peoples built semi-subterranean pit houses for 8,000 years. Warm in winter while cool in summer. Century after century, Persians, Koreans, and Romans used their hippo-caust systems. Indigenous Americans and every culture that mastered extreme climates converged on the same answer beneath their feet. At Oak Ridge National Laboratory, scientists documented a phenomenon that changes everything about heating. Below 6 to 10 feet, the Earth maintains a nearly constant temperature year-round. In Chicago, 55 degrees, and in Atlanta, 62. The surface can swing from -20 to 105, and that deep ground temperature barely shifts by a single degree. Soil weighs over 100 pounds per cubic foot. Moving that mass even 1 degree requires enormous energy. The ground is a thermal battery. It charges every summer with solar energy and holds that charge through winter. This is measured, confirmed, published science sitting in government databases that nobody in the housing industry talks about. Most earth-sheltered homes simply use dirt as insulation. That only gets you to 55 or 60 degrees. The ancient builders knew this was only the starting point. The secret is not just building underground. The secret is controlling the thermal environment of the Earth itself. Haight called the technology passive annual heat storage. Instead of insulating just a home, you insulate the ground around it. Picture a massive waterproof umbrella of rigid polystyrene foam and polyethylene sheeting extending 6 meters out from the structure in every direction, buried several feet below the surface. This umbrella keeps heat inside the ground. Your home sits at the center of roughly 1,800 tons of dry insulated soil. In summer, thermal energy migrates outward into that massive soil battery. In winter, the heat reverses course, flowing back into your living space. No machinery required. The ground does the work on a 6-month cycle. Haight calculated that 1,800 tons of conditioned soil surrounding a 30-foot diameter home allows interior temperatures to float between 76 degrees in summer and 70 degrees in winter. No thermostat, no furnace. The house breathes with the earth the same way those Persian ice houses breathed with the desert thousands of years before. Working independently, a researcher named Don Stevens developed a parallel technique called annualized geosolar. His design captures summer heat through roof-mounted solar collectors and stores it directly in the earth beneath the dwelling. In winter, that warmth rises naturally through the floor. Two inventors arrived at the same answer decades apart, when multiple minds across multiple centuries converge on the same solution. The physics is beyond debate. The modern proof stretches across continents. In southern France, a family built one of these homes into a hillside for roughly 100,000 euros. 3 years of thermal monitoring showed steady indoor temperatures between 64 and 77 degrees in every season. In Virginia, a builder constructed 2 of these homes with heating costs averaging less than $1 per month. In Montana, a builder named Tom Bodette lived in his earth-stored heat home for 20 years and reported the system performed exactly as designed. Then there is Drake Landing in Okotoks, Alberta, Canada. Engineers built a community of 52 homes heated almost entirely by solar energy stored underground. In the 2015 to 2016 season, the installation achieved a solar fraction of 100% at a coefficient of performance of 30. Your backyard air conditioner achieves roughly 3. Drake Landing delivered 10 times that efficiency in Canadian winter. The Reichstag building in Berlin has been heated and cooled since 1999 using underground thermal energy storage. In Brædstrup, Denmark, 8,000 square meters of solar collectors store roughly 4 million kilowatt hours per year in 50-meter-deep boreholes heating an entire district. Swiss engineers solved the radon concern American regulators have wielded for decades to block Earth contact systems. Activated charcoal filtration combined with ultraviolet treatment reduces radon to background levels at minimal cost. Hospitals, schools, parliament buildings, entire neighborhoods operate across Europe, while American builders are told it cannot be done. So why has the American Building Code never heard of it? Open the International Residential Code and you will find no provision for earth contact thermal storage. The code assumes mechanical heating and cooling are the only acceptable path. Earth-sheltered homes are classified as non-standard construction. The University of Minnesota found that zoning requirements, building codes, and financing provisions exist in direct conflict with each other. The code demands that all habitable rooms have minimum glazing equal to 8% of the floor area, with 4% openable for ventilation. Glazing requirements were written for above-ground stick frame houses, and they create an impossible obstacle course for earth-sheltered builders. This is not because the technology fails, but because the paperwork was never designed to accommodate it. Now follow the money. Industry trade groups including ACCA and HARDI coordinate efforts to influence legislation at the federal level. Their leadership has openly stated that the entire industry is blitzing Capitol Hill. Every home that heats itself is a furnace that is never sold, a service contract that is never signed. The residential heating and cooling market generates tens of billions annually. That revenue depends on mechanical complexity, not elegant solutions that cost $500. Then comes the financing wall. Construction costs for earth-sheltered homes can run up to 20% higher than conventional building. Banks do not know how to appraise structures without comparable sales data. The entire financial ecosystem was built around stick frame construction. If your home does not fit the template, it does not fit the loan application. The codes are written against you. The industry profits from keeping this knowledge buried. But here is what no code committee and no lobbying budget can ever take away. If you already own a home, the Don Stevens annualized geo-solar approach is where you start. This requires zero excavation of your living structure. Build a roof plenum from 3/4-inch CDX plywood across your south-facing roof surface. Insulate the exterior face with 2-inch rigid polyisocyanurate foam board and paint the outer skin flat black. On a clear summer day, air inside will reach 140 to 160 degrees. From the low end, run a 6-inch diameter Schedule 40 PVC pipe down an insulated chase along the exterior wall. At the base, transition horizontally and continue beneath your foundation to a burial depth of 10 feet. The horizontal run should extend at least 15 feet beneath the center of your home before turning back up to a return vent at floor level. Use 2 inline axial duct fans rated at 80 watts each. Total duct run must maintain a minimum drainage slope of 1/4 inch per foot to prevent condensation pooling. In summer, the fans circulate superheated air into the soil. In winter, you shut the fans off and let stored heat rise conductively through your slab. Total material cost is approximately $500. For a new build, you start with the umbrella. Use 2-inch thick extruded polystyrene foam boards rated for direct earth burial. The two standard products are Owens Corning Foamular 250 and Dow Styrofoam SM, both rated at R 10 per 2-inch board. Do not substitute expanded polystyrene beadboard as EPS absorbs moisture and loses insulating value within years. Lay the FOAM in a continuous horizontal plane buried 4 feet below the surface, extending 20 feet from the exterior wall in every direction. Overlap seams by 6 inches and stagger joints. Cover the entire layer with 6 mil polyethylene sheeting, lapped 12 inches at every seam and sealed with polyethylene tape. Budget $3,000 to $4,500 for the complete umbrella. Structure walls should be a minimum of 8 inches of poured, reinforced concrete. If concrete is outside your budget, use earth bag construction with woven polypropylene tubes filled with moistened site soil, tamped to 95% compaction. Earth bag walls should be a minimum of 18 inches wide with 2 strands of 4-point barbed wire between each course. South-facing glazing should equal 15 to 18% of total floor area for sufficient passive solar gain. For ventilation, use 6-inch Schedule 40 PVC buried 6 to 8 feet below grade. The intake must sit at least 50 feet from the house. Slope the entire run at 1/4 inch per foot toward a condensation drain tee near the house entry. One inline duct fan rated 50 to 80 watts keeps airflow between 2 and 4 meters per second. At the outlet, install a MERV 13 or higher filter housing and immediately upstream mount an activated granular carbon canister for radon reduction. These canisters cost $30 to $50 per year and achieve over 95% radon reduction. Test quarterly for the first year, then annually. For permits, bring a printed copy of Section R 104.11 of the International Residential Code to your building department. That section states the building official is authorized to approve any alternative provided the proposed design complies with the intent of the code. Attach thermal monitoring data from Drake Landing and the published case studies. Present your system as an alternative method with documented performance data. You are exercising a provision the code authors wrote specifically for technologies they did not anticipate. The Earth is a thermal battery. It charges in summer and discharges in winter. All you have to do is build the pathway. The ground beneath your feet has been waiting. It has always been waiting. If this changed how you think about construction, subscribe to Building Grounds with Greg and watch the next video appearing on your screen right now.